What's up, y'all? Brix from Brix Fitness. I gotta hurry up. I gotta make this video. It's something that's on my heart right now, but I have to be brief because I need to go play 2K with my son. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. The focus of this channel, and it's I'm letting it happen organically, is for you guys to learn from my mistakes. Like, I didn't grow up with a mentor. I didn't grow up with my dad around. I didn't have proper guidance. So hopefully you guys can make some of these mistakes that I made, some of the freaking torture I went through in my life from my bad decisions. Y'all can make it all worth it by learning and applying this stuff that I'm trying to share with you guys. I've learned over time that what our life looks like, your financial situation, your relationship status, your health, your body, all that good stuff are all a result of your habits, right? Your habits are basically what you do on a daily basis, whether it's conscious or subconscious. These things, these actions, these little details of our day and our life is essentially what makes up our life, right? If you want to change anything in your life, the root of attacking or making that change happen is addressing whatever habit it is that leads to that change. So for instance, if you want to lose weight, you have to change your habit of not exercising and your habit of eating not healthy foods for you, right? It's simple. Now, a lot of this information can be applied to any area of your life, whether, like I said, whether it's weight loss, whether it's improving your financial situation, improving your health, improving your relationships, etc. It all can be applied, right? So I want to share today with you guys some of the bad habits that I had that led to what my life looked like 5-6 years ago, and what I did to change those habits and what habits I replaced those particular habits with. You guys know I'm very transparent with you guys, and I know the nosy people love it, but some of the habits that I used to have that made up my old life. First of all, let me paint a picture of what my old life used to be, right? I was overweight. The biggest I've ever been was 360 pounds. I was in financial ruin. You know, I had no money to my name. I had bad health. I was working dead-end jobs where I would just give enough effort to try to keep my job, and oftentimes I would lose my job because I just wasn't that good at it. I had a very toxic relationship with myself. I had a very toxic relationship with my kid's mom because I had a toxic relationship with myself. I was very selfish. I was very self-conscious. I had no money. I was overweight, I was lazy, and I had kids that I had to take care of, and I wasn't doing the best job at it. Some of my habits that led to my life looking like it did back then was I would try to cut corners. I would always try to find the easy way out of things. So instead of doing the work, instead of, being creative and figuring things out, I would try to take the path of least resistance, and oftentimes it was things that I should not have been doing. Oftentimes it was things that would kind of put a band-aid on situations instead of fixing them. I didn't want to do the work. I did not like being uncomfortable, and that was another bad habit I had. I would avoid being uncomfortable. Now, I've learned through my personal growth, and I have so much more growing to do. Don't get it twisted. I have not arrived. No one ever really arrives, but just to give you that disclaimer, I would avoid discomfort, and I've learned that discomfort, being outside your comfort zone, is where all the growth happens. That's where the magic happens. So if you avoid the discomfort, you're basically avoiding the growth opportunities. So first habit to get rid of is that. When it came to work, when it came to like jobs and whatnot, I would give minimal. Like, if the quota was 5 per day, you would not get anything more than 5 per day. I was mediocre at best at whatever I did, and as a result, I never progressed in anything in life. I never got any promotions. I never excelled at anything. For one, I was lazy. For two, if I'm not passionate about something, you're going to get a minimal effort from me. That's just me. But that's something I had to learn. Like, matter of fact, that's a whole nother video. Self-awareness. Whole nother video. We'll do that another time. Another bad habit. I will find somewhere else to place the blame for my shortcomings, right? So if I messed up, or if I had some sort of issue, you know, whether it's financially, whether it's socially, whether it's in my relationships, I always found a way to blame my parents, the lack of support that I had from my parents, or blame my dad, or blame the government, or blame my boss, or blame the next door neighbor, or blame the mailman for not bringing the check, or like whatever. For some reason, I always found something external to place the blame for whatever issue that I had going on with me. I never owned anything. I always tried to dish it off. And that was a big mistake. And that was a habit that I had that led to me having a very subpar, below average life. My eating habits were terrible. I didn't cook. I always ate fast foods. I always ate to satisfy, or put it like this, whenever I was feeling depressed, whenever I was feeling any kind of pain, I would try to remedy that with a pizza or a pound cake or donuts just to give me some sort of temporary satisfaction, some sort of joy. And really, I was just killing myself, literally. But I used to use food as comfort. And I know a lot of us, you know, a lot of people can identify with that. That was a bad habit that I had to break myself of. Another bad habit I had was I used to limit myself. I used to feel like, you know what, I'm just a kid from the hood with no father and no resources. You know, I don't have any friends in high places. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the resources I believed that it took to be successful. And so this was the story that I used to tell myself. And it was totally false. And because I made this story that limited what I felt like I can achieve, it became true. You know, you're only capable of doing what you believe that you can achieve. And that sounds like some corny something that, you know, my 5th grade teacher used to say to me. But it's the truth. You can't achieve anything beyond what you believe is true for yourself. So once I changed that mentality, once I freed myself from limitations, that was a game changer for me. Some more bad habits. I didn't exercise at all. I had no discipline at all. Like my life basically, I was a slave to my impulses. If I felt like doing something, I did it. If I didn't feel like doing something, I didn't do it. And you're not going to get anywhere in life with those sort of habits. So now, let's talk about the habits that I have now. Another bad habit I had, I used to watch an obscene amount of television. And I never read any books. Never. I hated reading. I still don't particularly enjoy reading, but I do enjoy the benefits of the knowledge that I gained from reading. So that made me, in turn, start to enjoy reading. But I'd never read. All I did was watch TV. All I did was watch movies. I wasted a lot of time when I could have been using that time to build myself up, to educate myself, to learn things, to teach myself how to do things, you know. So now it's like I spend my time. All right, we'll talk about that when we start talking about my good habits. Another bad habit that I had, I wrote them down. I was very jealous of people. I'm not even gonna lie. This is not something that's easy to admit. I had a lot of friends who at the time were buying cars that I wanted, who had all the fancy clothes and jewelry that I wanted. And I never externalized it. I never told anyone that I was jealous of them, but I was a little envious. So that's a bad habit that I had. I had to break myself free of that. You know, jealousy is a very weak emotion. But I was a weak person, so it only makes sense. So now let's talk about some of the good habits that I have, right? So now, let's just start with the whole jealousy thing. When I see someone who's doing their thing, who may have something that I want, like matter of fact, a guy drove past me today in the exact Lamborghini that I want to buy. I wasn't jealous. I was inspired, and I was happy for him because I looked at that as a sign that if this guy can go out and bust his ass and buy that Lamborghini, that means that same opportunity is available for me if I just put the work in. So that's just now how I look at, you know, when other people have things or situations or, you know, that I want. That's how I look at it. Now I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of things to build me up. I teach myself things. I immerse myself in the trades and teaching myself the skills that it takes for me to get to where I'm trying to go in life. I exercise every single day, or at least 6 days a week. I eat a nutritious diet 70% of the time, at least 70 to 75% of the time. I don't watch TV, and I don't knock anybody that watch TV, but I probably watch, I want to say 2 to 3 hours of television a week. That's all the time I'm willing to give to TV at this point in my life. Not saying later on I won't watch more, but right now I'm super focused on the things that I'm focused on, and TV is, I just don't have room in my life for TV. I think my best habit right now is my optimism. I believe that, and this is going to be corny, anything that I can think of that I want to achieve, that I want to buy, that I want to do, I know that I could do it. I believe that I can do it. I don't feel like God would put a desire in my heart if He didn't give me the tools that it takes to make that happen. I really believe that. I no longer have any limitations on what I think my abilities are. And that's a game changer. Because now I move with the confidence that allows me to really make things happen. Like when I started this whole YouTube journey, yes, 100,000 subscribers seem like you know, a giant mountain to climb. But I knew that I would be able to do it. I didn't know how. That's none of our business. A lot of times we get caught up on how. How is none of our business. As long as that desire is in you, you just know, have the faith that you have the tools that it takes to make it happen. How will figure itself out. The only thing you need to focus on is taking that first step. And once you take that first step, the next step, you'll start seeing the tiles illuminate, like in the Michael Jackson video. The tiles that you need to step on to get to the next step, the next step, the next step, will start illuminating. But you have to make that initial effort. Some more of my good habits. I am extremely honest. Another one of my bad habits, I used to lie a lot. I wasn't truthful. I'm extremely honest. You know, whether that truth is something that makes me look good or bad, I tell it. I treat everyone with respect, and I treat everyone with love. Whether they reciprocate that or not, I love everyone. No matter what, I always do what I believe is the right thing. Whether I feel like it benefits me or not, I make it my point to never go against my ethics. So the right thing may sting, may put me in a position that sets me a little bit further back. But no matter what, I always try to do what I believe is right at the moment. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. This is gonna be a long video. I don't want it to be. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. And I need to go play that 2K with my son. He out there waiting for me. I appreciate you guys as always. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Hit up brixfitness.com. All the merch is up there. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel, buying t-shirts. I really, really love and appreciate you guys as always. I'm just trying to share the wellness. So get well and get money.